Hey, and welcome to Girl Be Free, a podcast designed to help women get unstuck and cultivate the life you want on your terms. I'm Siobhan, your host, and I'm passionate about empowering women to live their best life. Each week, you'll hear pep talks that will inspire and push you to take action so you too can start to be free and live the life you want. You can learn more about me at BeFreeProject.com. Now let's jump into the show. Hey, Happy New Year, and welcome back to another episode of the Girl Be Free podcast. Can you believe it's 2018? I promise 2017 literally flew by, and I know it's going to happen the same thing with 2018. So let's already be ready, right? I will say this, and I'm not saying this just to be cliche or anything like that, but 2018, I honestly feel in my soul that it's going to be an amazing year. And I know that to be true based on the intentions that I'm setting. So I'm going to share a little bit more about that in a few. But before we get started, number one, let me share what I am loving this week. And this week is actually a song. It's called Give Thanks by Arie. This song is absolutely beautiful. I was taking a yoga class a few weeks ago, and the yoga instructor played this song, or the song, during the cool down, and I instantly recognized Arie's voice because I absolutely love her music. And when I got to my car, I downloaded it, and I've been listening to it ever since. So I highly recommend that you check it out. It is just such a beautiful song of, just like the title, Give Thanks. And let me know. Send me an email at hello@BeFreeProject and let me know how you like it. Or you can always reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter or something like that. Before we jump into today's topic, I do want to remind you that the Create the Vision Board Party is happening in a few weeks on Saturday, January 20th. And this vision board party is going to be epic. And I'm super excited about it because we are going to spend 4 hours together talking about your goals, creating a vision board for your life, and that aligns with the goals that you want to make happen, and then also having an action plan on what are you going to do, what are the actionable steps that you are going to put in place in order to make your goals come to life. It's being catered by Peer Pantry. We also have DJ Queen Caesar, who's also going to be playing the music for us. It's going to be a really great event. This time I did extend it because every time I have an event, people want them to be longer. So I said, okay, we're going to do it for 4 hours instead of 3. So I'm excited. Tickets are selling. There is still space available. So you can grab your ticket at befreeproject.eventbrite.com. That link will be in the show notes along with everything that I'm going to share today, if I reference a link or something like that. All right, so today's topic is my year of review. So basically today I want to review 2017 and my thought process. I want to share with you my word for the year and my theme, some of the goals that I am working on, and all that good stuff. So first of all, 2017 was my year of playing bigger. And I have to say, I did just that. I did stretch myself out of my comfort zone a lot this year. And I'm happy. I'm happy with the overall results. I do see that there is still room, and probably there always will be, for growth. But overall, when I think about 2017 and when I set the theme for the year to play bigger, I honestly did just that. However, there are areas that I need to play even bigger, and there were some challenges with doing that. But overall, I'm happy. I'm pleased. I set some big goals for 2017. Some of them, actually the majority of them I did reach. There are some that I did not reach, and I'm going to tell you what they are and why I didn't reach them. So just a few of the highlights of my year. I hosted my first out-of-state event. And I collaborated with Alicia from the Alicia Nicole. She also has a site, Living Over Existing. And I reached out to her at some point last year and said, hey, would you like to collaborate? I want to come to Raleigh, North Carolina. I have a community there of women who want to, come to one of my events. And she was excited about it. And so we did that on October 21st. It was titled Purpose, Passion, Action. And again, it was in Raleigh, North Carolina. And there were women who drove from Georgia, parts of North Carolina, South Carolina, Maryland, and Virginia that I know of. And the room was packed in this beautiful venue. We had amazing sponsors, and it was just such a great event. And after having that event, I got the bug of I need to have more. Like, I need to go to different states and I want to see more of my audience in different places and meet them where they're at, because I do understand everyone cannot come to Cleveland and connect with me. So I'm going to share a little bit more about that soon. Next up, I did the Whole30 diet. So January of last year, I did Whole30, which I was challenged by my friend Kimber, who does it every year. And when she told me about it, initially I was like, I don't know if I can do that. But I said, why not? I'm going to challenge myself and do something that I haven't done before. And so basically the Whole30 diet is there's no alcohol, there's no sugar, there's no dairy, no beans, no grains. I'm probably missing something, but basically vegetables and meat. And then I don't eat meat, I only eat seafood. So that was my diet for January, and I completed it and I was very pleased with myself. And so after the Whole30 diet, I then did a 6 month, actually I went past 6 months of a plant-based / vegan diet. I say that because the only thing with vegan, like I did have honey, but outside of that, I didn't have any. That was my diet. It was a plant-based / vegan diet. And then I only did that because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And I wanted to practice discipline so that if I can do, something that was challenging for me in one area of my life, then that discipline will transfer in other areas, and I can be able to say, well, if I did vegan for 6 months, then I can do this, and then I can do this. And so that is why I chose that. And it was a great experience. I have incorporated more vegan things in my diet, and I am more conscious about the things that I eat. I'm not really sure where I'm going in 2018. Basically, I'm just eating healthier. I will say that. Also, I traveled more times in 2017 than I have ever in my life in one year. I went to 6 different states and traveled 7 times. So obviously there was a state, Florida, that I repeated twice last year. So I had so many great experiences. It was just such a joy because traveling is a passion of mine and I want to do it more. So to be able to travel so much last year, whether it was for fun or it was for work, I had a really great time. I also did something that was totally out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to have to do a whole podcast on this, but I did the sensory deprivation tank with my friend Tara, who runs the self-care box. And when I tell you, that was such an experience. If you haven't heard of it, simply Google sensory deprivation tank and you can learn about it. And again, I'll do an episode on that in the future. But that was something that I did. I also spoke at a number of events, including a major one for me, which was moderating a panel discussion at Blogalicious in Miami, Florida, which was huge. It was so exciting. I had such a great time. So I was able to connect with people that I see online all the time, and then having that opportunity to be on the stage at Blogalicious was huge. I launched the Girl Be Free store. So now you can find Girl Be Free t-shirts and Be Free and Live shirts, mugs and tote bags, all to empower you to want to be free. And then I launched the podcast. So this past November 11th, actually, is when I launched the Girl Be Free podcast. So Be Free Project is my coaching business, and then Girl Be Free is a movement. And that too, I'm going to do a whole podcast episode just on the Girl Be Free movement, because I do want to make sure that there's clarity around that. And so that's just a few of the things that I got done. I actually have a long list and I kept track of everything that I did, but those are just a few of the highlights. Oh, shoot, I forgot to say the most important thing. And I don't know why I keep forgetting this, but therapy. I went back to therapy this past summer. I think I shared this on a podcast, I believe, but I learned something about my mother this past summer that triggered me. And I went back to therapy this summer. And what I realized when I went back to therapy, it wasn't for that issue. It was more so that I can peel back more layers and learn more about myself. And that was I guess, one of the best decisions that I made this year. And I'm so glad that I did. And what I learned from that experience, which I'll talk about in upcoming episodes. I got so much to share with y'all. But what I learned is that there's more, I guess I just have to dig a little bit deeper and continue to do the inner work, and that therapy has to be an ongoing thing for me. And that I don't have to process my thoughts and my emotions on my own, that I have a space that I can just go and just let go. And then once I gain the knowledge and the information, then it's up to me to do the work. So that was very important. Again, there were so many other things that happened this year, but those are like the key things that I want to highlight. Now, let me share what I didn't get done, because I think that that's important to share as well. I did not stick to my physical goals. So I had set a goal that I was going to work out 3 times a week. I was going to run. I was going to do cardio. I was going to do yoga. I was not consistent. I fell off with running, which now that I look back at it, I'm like, oh, why did you do that? But whatever. So I fell off track with that. I had one of the goals that I wanted to do last year was to take a solo road trip. I did not meet that goal. Even though I made more money in my business last year than I ever made, I did not hit the money goal that I set for myself. And then another thing is, initially when I started the year, I wanted to host 2 out-of-state events, and I only hosted 1. And so I understand and I know why I didn't hit all these goals. And it's because I didn't plan for them. I didn't have a specific plan on how I was going to reach these goals, and I did not make them a priority. So yes, I was able to do 1 out-of-state event, but I could have done 2 if I planned for it. Yes, I traveled a lot last year, but I also should have made sure that I kept track of the goals that I had set for myself. So those are some of the things that I didn't get done. Oh, and I also had monthly self-care or monthly bliss dates, and I did not stay committed to that. So I was hit or miss with that. And so going into this year, definitely making sure that I put myself first and make myself a priority before everything and anyone else. So those are some things that I want to share. My biggest lesson that I learned from 2017, and I really just got this over the last couple of months, is that there is never a reason to cheapen myself. I need to understand my self-worth and my value, and I do not need to say yes to everything. And I literally probably just learned that in December. And that kind of a light bulb went off after having multiple conversations with friends, is that everything, I do not have to say yes to certain things at this point. And I can say no. And I have to understand my worth, my value, how long I've been doing the work that I'm doing, and that I have to make sure that how do I want to say this? I have to make sure that I value myself and my work, and I never cheapen that by anyone or let anyone do that and give anyone the opportunity to do that. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me. The next thing is I have to be intentional about celebrating my small wins. So I shared this on Instagram this week, where I kept a gratitude jar for 2017, but I wasn't consistent so much with the jar as I was with writing down 3 to 5 things every single day that I was grateful for. And I need to make sure that I'm intentional with not just writing those things down, but going back and reading like what I'm grateful for, what were some of the wins, even if it was something so small, celebrating that and showing gratitude towards that. So that's a lesson that I learned that I need to do more of. One of the biggest challenges that I had for 2017 is overthinking. And I know I share this with my community all the time, is that nothing will ever be perfect. Stop overthinking the process and just take action. But guess what? I overthink a lot of things, and I do have a certain mindset of where I do want everything to flow effortlessly. And that's not the case. And sometimes you can focus let me change that. Sometimes I can focus so much of everything being this perfect way that I miss my moment or I miss the move. And so I am embracing the fact that everything is not going to be perfect. Everything does not have to be how I envision it in my mind, but done is better than perfect. So just taking action, taking the step and putting my work out there, taking a move, making a move and just keep pushing and not overthinking all of the minor details, but just going with the flow. So that was a challenge that I experienced this year and I am working on it. So yes, one of the things that I am most proud of, and that is building relationships. I think I shared this. I know I probably did, but I have a tribe of women that I am so proud to be connected to that add value to my life in different ways. And it could be an online relationship, it can be an offline relationship, but every person that I'm connected to right now, they are, let's see, I value the relationship. And so I'm really proud of that because for a long time, doing the type of work that I do, I felt very lonely. So now to have people that are on the same wavelength as me, who are entrepreneurs, who are building their careers, who are going after their dreams, who love me, who support me, who will do anything for me and want to see me win as much as I want to see them win. I value those relationships and I'm really, really proud of the tribe of women that I have in my corner. Now, this is what I want to share, which is really important, that is kind of going to lead the rest of this episode. My word and my theme for 2018 is to shift and show up. And it took me a while to really come up with these words because I was thinking for a couple of months now, like, what do I want 2018 to look like? What do I want to experience? What do I want to feel? What words speak to what I want to experience in the year? And it took me a while and shift kept coming up. And then I was having a conversation with a friend and I was like, yes, that is it. It is shift. But not, and what I mean, let me say this, what I mean by shift is that every area of my life needs to shift upward. I am very proud of the work that I've done, the woman that I've become, what I have been committed to, the discipline, taking action, being consistent, showing up for myself. Like I am very proud and now it's time to shift upward where I take it to the next level. So that's in my relationships, that's in my finances, in my business, in my family. Everything now has to shift upward, right? And so that is like the word that I am focused on for 2018. Now, my theme for 2018, and I don't know if I did this before, but my theme for 2018 is to show up. And that is not just for me, but that's for you. That's for everyone that's connected to Be Free Project, Girl Be Free, Siobhan Sudbury, what have you. I am challenging myself and I'm challenging everyone connected to me to show up like never before. And I think I shared this in the last episode. Starting on January 15th, there will be a challenge specifically called Show Up For You Challenge. And you can register or sign up for that challenge today. The link is in the show notes. But I am challenging you to show up for yourself like never before. And that's in every area of your life. There is no more time to make excuses. There's no more time to say, what you're going to do someday. My question for you is, what are you going to do today? How are you going to show up for you? How are you going to put you first? How are you going to make 2018 look very different than your previous years? Listen, it's not going to change if you're doing the same thing, if you're repeating the same habits. You have to show up like never before. And so often we as women, we can put everyone's needs before our own, and we can be so busy being busy and helping other people that you forget to help yourself. Not in 2018. This year, I am challenging you every single day. Every time I put out anything, it's going to challenge you to show up for yourself in a new way like never before. I am speaking to myself as I'm speaking to you. And so, as I'm using the word shift as my word for the year, my theme is to show up. And then I also feel like I want to just go through, I guess, this year with ease, not to put unnecessary pressure on myself, but I just want this year to be easeful, or ease is what I keep feeling in my spirit. So that's my word for the year. That's my theme for the year. The challenge again is called Show Up For You Challenge. Register today. Tell your girls about it. Sign up. It is going to be amazing. And we kick off on January 15th. So don't wait till the last minute. Go ahead and register now so you already have all the information for that. I created worksheets for you. I created a playlist for you. I created a Facebook group for you. It is going to be epic. It's going to be amazing. Sign up today. Now, my top 3 goals that I am working on for 2018. I have 10 big goals that I'm working on, and then some mini goals thrown in there. But the 3 goals that I'm going to share with you today is that I am going to run a 15K. And I know it probably didn't sound exciting when I said it, but my friend Monique from Keep Chasing the Stars, she challenged me because I said I wanted to run a 5K this year. And she was like, you already do that. Why not challenge yourself? She was like, run a 15K. And I was like, well, how many miles is a 15K? And she was like, 9.3 miles. And I said, you know what? I accept the challenge. So 2018, I'm going to train and run a 15K. I'm also committing to monthly bliss dates. And what are those? So I got this idea when I was listening to Lisa Nicole Bell's podcast, Behind the Brilliance. But she's listed this as one of the things that she does is to have monthly bliss dates. I don't know if they were monthly or weekly, but basically self-care days where you do whatever you want to do on that day, whether you want to stay in bed all day, whether you want to take a trip, whether you want to get pampered, read a book, whatever. It is your day to do whatever you want. I know my one friend, Amber, she calls it her Amber Appreciation Day, which I absolutely love. But yes, I am committing to these monthly bliss dates. One thing that's going to be a part of that is yoga. I'm committing to yoga this year. I already found an amazing yoga teacher, Dawn from Daybreak Yoga here in my city. So I'm excited to be doing more yoga this year because it's something that I wanted to do. And then the third goal that I'm going to share with you is that I'm going to be hosting monthly events. This will be a challenge, but it's going to get done because I really love human interaction. I love connecting with people in real life, offline. I enjoy hosting events, and I enjoy like teaching and coaching. So at least for the first half of the year, I will have monthly events. So there will be networking events. There will be Be Free Life classes. And then I'm also going to host a small tour. So I already have 3 states that I have in mind to go to that I'll be sharing soon. But yeah, those are 3 of my big goals for this year. Again, I have more, but that's just to name a few. So I hope that this podcast episode is I guess my podcast episodes are getting longer and longer because I love to talk and I have so much to share. But let me do this. Your action step for this week is going to be an easy one, is to sign up for the Show Up For You challenge. Again, the link is in today's show notes for you to register, but that is your action step for this week because if you are listening to this podcast, I know that you want to be free. I know that you want to get clear about what you want for your life and you want to get unstuck so that you can live the life that you desire. You want to be free. You want to embrace this whole mindset of being free and living the life you desire. And so with that, you have to show up for yourself and you have to do the work. And so I'm kicking off a challenge on the 15th of January for you to do just that. So go ahead and register by clicking the link in today's show notes. Oh, one more thing. I forgot to share that. Well, do that. And then also I forgot to share is that my focus for 2018 will revolve around my family, my health, and my finances. And then also taking my business to the next level. But that just kind of goes without saying. And then lastly, don't forget the Create the Vision Board Party is happening on January 20th in Cleveland, Ohio. I would love for you to travel to come see me. It is going to be an amazing an event. The link will be in the show notes for you to register for that. Space is limited, so don't wait until the last minute. Go ahead and grab your ticket, reserve your seat, tell your girl about it. Come see me. It is going to be amazing. A 4-hour workshop to help you get your life in order so you can show up for yourself in 2018. I think I shared everything. If at any point you have a question for me or you want to reach out, my email is hello@befreeproject.com. I will drop the link in today's show notes. As always, make sure you share this episode, share the podcast, subscribe so you never miss an episode. And until next time, girl, be free. Thank you so much for listening. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling really fancy, go ahead and leave a review. Until next time, be free and live.